Hi, it's Firex Forever. I am looking to audition for either the part of Spottedleaf or Yellowfang for Nettleclaw's Warriors Into the Wild. There should be a response to this that I think it is. So I think, so I don't have oh my gosh, I don't have the first book, so I can't read lines out of there. And so I will just be using Eclipse. It's the first book that I have, I guess. And this is from chapter 1 of Eclipse, the Warrior Cat book, not Twilight. So, yes. Okay. Holly Paw crouched low, pressing her belly against the boulder. It was still warm from the sun, which was dipping behind the distant hills. That was supposed to be distant, I'm sorry. A cold wind rolling from the mountains ruffled her fur. From here she could see the green fields unfolding toward a swath of forest. Somewhere beyond those trees lay the lake and home. Though the trees were still in full leaf, they were a shabby green, and the air had a new, musty taste that hadn't been there on the journey to the mountains. Leafball is coming, she thought. She couldn't wait to be home. It felt as though they had been with the tribe for moons. At least they were safely out of the mountains. The ground would be softer underpaw from here on, and the hunting easier, and the territory steadier, more familiar than the rock and water and stunted trees. She glanced over her shoulder. Brambleclaw and Squirrelflight were talking in low voices with Stormfur and Brook. Tawnypelt and Crowfeather leaned in beside him. Were they saying goodbye? Hollypaw was still shocked that Stormfur and Brook were staying behind. Last night, at the farewell feast in the cave behind the waterfall, Stormfur had announced that he and Brook would accompany the cats to the foothills, but no farther. Jaypaw, of course, had just shrugged and nodded, so he had known all along the two cats would not be returning to ThunderClan. But Hollypaw could only guess at why any cat would want to stay in the mountains when they could live by the lake. Brook must feel the same way about the mountains as I do about my home. And Stormfur loves her enough to stay with her, wherever she is. I hope you liked that. It was just a bit. This black screen is what it would be like for all of it. If that's okay. Yeah. So, thank you, and goodbye.